Hey guys, welcome back to Kalash Express. It's been a while. I've been depressed, but I also have been in school and I've been really busy. I also just got back from MagicCon Vegas, and so I thought this would be a good time to jump back into the channel, show you guys some of the stuff I got, and maybe even talk about some of the stuff going forward, which I might be doing. So yeah. So I got this Liliana Vest Gatewatch shirt. I think this thing is sick. It's got some badging on the side. It's got Liliana on the back. It says Secret Lair right here on the arm. I love it, and this is my favorite piece of merch I've got today, but I got a lot of merch to get through, so let's just jump right into it. Alrighty, so let's get started with some of my favorite things ever, besides, Magic the Gathering cards. You got Magic the Gathering pins, and we got quite a few of them. Some of them are the same, a lot of them are the same. We'll start with those ones. So I got these Relentless Rat pins. They're very cool. They are the promo Relentless Rats that you got from the Secret Lair booth. They're really nice, kind of heavy, honestly, but I really dig them. I got 4 of these, and I'll tell you quickly why I got so many of them. So I got 4 of these because I kept going to the Secret Lair booth, and they just kind of kept hanging to me. I actually had 6 in total at one point, but I traded a couple of them away for a couple of the other pins you see here. Gorgeous, gorgeous artwork on them. Then we'll go in most to least favorite, or least to most favorite. We'll go to least most favorite. Simon Dominic's Blossoming Tortoise, really nice pin, still in the package. Probably gonna keep it that way. Don't see myself hanging this one up. It's just too heavy. It's like real heavy. I should have got a scale for this, and I think I might get a scale and then maybe add the weights to the description later. But these are heavy. We've got the profile shot, Tatiova Benthic Druid, my favorite commander, and I was really happy to finally get some kind of merch of her. I don't have a playmat, I don't have anything else, so I was really happy to get something for her. Also really gorgeous. Bella Anya, I looked her up, her artwork is fantastic. Then we have Neheb the Eternal, again, side profile shot. I actually bought, this is the only one I think I bought straight up. Other ones I've traded for, I'm lying, I actually bought the Tatiova one too. But the other ones I traded for or given or whatever, but this one is fantastic. Absolutely gorgeous. That blue hue against that orange background is just amazing. Also, again, very heavy pin. And probably my most favorite one I've got, Agatha the Vile Cauldron. I'm actually going to build this one as a commander deck, so I was really happy when I got this pin. And I actually have something else Agatha related to show you later. But Jason A. Engel, fantastic artist. Met him, super nice guy. Maybe that spoils what I'm going to show you later, but this pin is probably my favorite. Probably the one I'll actually keep in my bag, my game bag, so I can take around. But yeah, love that. Alright, so besides pins, we also got a butt ton of other promotional stuff. Let's go through the stuff that's specifically related to the con and not Magic in general. We got 4 of these. So these, if you don't know, were given to players to help find games of Commander. You had Command Zone looking for all, Command Zone looking for casual, Command Zone looking for challenging, and Command Zone looking for competitive. Yeah, so what the idea was that you or one of the staffers would walk around and hold the sign up, and they would, help find players for you to play your 4-player Commander game. This was a really good idea, and they said we could have these in the end, so I took a couple sets of these and I gave them away to a couple of friends already. But yeah, I'm going to be actually using these in other conventions when I'm looking for people to play with. If you see me at the convention holding these up, it's not a gag. Please come play with me. Then going back to that Secret Lair, Relentless Rats promo I was talking about, this was the instructions for it. MagicCon Secret Lair, get 3 points to bring it to the Secret Lair booth for a prize, limit 1 per person. Yeah, that didn't really happen. They just kept giving them to me, and I didn't really go back and ask for them over and over again. They just kind of get handed to me by other staffers throughout the convention, but that's all right. Really still happy to have them. What I did was I showed them what I do. I whispered, "I love Secret Lair" at the Secret Lair booth, and I followed them. But I also did do a couple of the other things. I showed them a Secret Lair card, things like that. It was really fun. I also took a selfie at a MagicCon panel a couple times. The art on the front, really, really nice. The artist there, Jesse Ledoux. fantastic. Actually, I'm considering framing this. It's a really nice art. We have this Game Nights Live inflatable. I don't know if they really expected us to take these, but I was really into it, and I really liked Game Nights Live. If you guys haven't seen it, or if they haven't put the recording up yet, when they do, definitely check it out. It was super, super interesting. I won't spoil anything about it here in case you weren't there and you want to be not spoiled, but man, it was fun. So this was like the inflatable thing. We're into, like, you know, wave it around and things of that nature. It was really cool. It was really nice to finally take part in a game nights type situation, as I watch a lot of their shows. And I also got a photo with Josh Lee, Jimmy Long, me and a friend of mine, and Craig Blanchett. I'll put it up right here. Oh, there's another pin that I almost forgot about. The MagicCon Las Vegas pin. This is probably my favorite pin I own now, because the event was so good, and this will absolutely help me remember it, you know. I never want to forget that weekend. It was probably some of the most fun I ever had. Next, we got these MagicCon ticks that I never spent. I got 200s, 400 ticks, 1,000 ticks. Yeah, we just ran out of time between doing all the other stuff there was to do at MagicCon. Me and my buddies never spent our ticks, so that was really cool. I guess these are also cool little souvenirs, tokens, so I'll probably use them for. Not that I don't have a bunch of tokens, which I'm actually going to get into next. But yeah, here's the weekend badge. Really cool thing here. Showed you the hours and what's not, so you don't get caught off guard. Even though I did, because I did not look at the back of my badge, and I did not remember when the event ended. So we were actually in the middle of a game when the event ended, and they kicked us out, which is fine. Totally happens. But yeah, tokens. I got a bunch of those. Just a lot of tokens. See that stack? The stack's a little misleading though, because these two are not just tokens, but we'll talk about those in a second. A couple tokens here by RK Post. We have a spirit token, which is No Face from Spirited Away. We got a dragon token, which appears to be a Charizard. And we got the initiative token, which is Vi from Arcane. A couple of these are for my girlfriend. I'm actually going to separate this off. She is a big fan of that art, and she loves Arcane. So the rest of these are for me. Some YouTuber merch tokens. Got quite a few of those. Or YouTubers and stores. So we got this treasure token. We got another treasure token. This one is by Rebel. Yeah, Rebel Sun. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh yeah, I'll leave these on screen if you guys want to check out the artist who drew these. Put this one back up as well. Cool. We got another treasure token. People really like to make treasure tokens, but that makes sense because we need so many treasure token now, because everything makes treasure for some reason in Magic. And this one is by the Mana Mart. The artist is, pull it up on there, Duchess. We have something different. A Skeleton Menace token. Done by Rope Andrew, it seems. Just Games Rochester presents Command Zone Seals. Here's the information. I'm going to leave them up long enough that you can grab them if you want them. Face-to-face games. The cool thing about this token, this is actually the face of the man who owns face-to-face games. His wife, I assume it was his wife, handed me and my buddy some of these tokens, and I think they are fantastic. 2/2 Goblin token, very useful. And I assume this is their locations across Canada. Very cool stuff. Right, we got this 1/1 Saberling token by Playing with Power, Zeb. He was super great, super personable guy. Loved talking to him. I'm sorry if these tokens are a little beat up, like, you know, you rush, things get thrown into bags, unfortunately. Should have sleeved them, we didn't really have the time, we kept moving around. Here we go. Tabletop Jocks, illustrated by Inkland Customs. Gorgeous. And Hamlet tokens. This one's Cool Stuff Inc. They had these all throughout the tables. I think I picked up quite a few of them. I've already given them away as gifts, but I think they're gorgeous. And this one was Andre Garcia. Yeah, that makes sense. This is absolutely stunning art. But yeah, those are all the merch related tokens. Here's some more tokens by artists specifically. Here we go. Got 4 of these. We got a food token. Absolutely beautiful food token. Beast token. a warrior token, Gravity. That was really topical because they announced the Evil Dead Secret Lair there. I was very into that. And a spirit token. And these, of course, were all done by Ken Meyer Jr. You got 4 of those. And finally, of course, we got Jason Angle, one of my more favorite artists. I actually bought tokens from him pretty much every time I see him at a con, because he does always have something I'm working on. But the tokens that I had from before are no longer in use because the decks are taken apart, so I need some new ones. And we got this Clue token, which absolutely gorgeous in this foil. Like I said, it's Jason Angle. We have 2 Rhino tokens. I need these for my Tatiova EDH deck because I have a card that makes 4/4 Rhinos. And for whatever reason, my LGS just did not have 4/4 Rhinos. Now I do, which is great. The Clue and the Blood token specifically, by the way. But here's this Blood token. Absolutely stunning. I got these 2 for my Pioneer deck, specifically. Boros Convoke makes Bloods, makes Clues, and now I have really nice tokens to sack for those. And finally, rounding off the tokens, we have, I'll start with this one, Clue tokens. Again, this is for my girlfriend. She really likes Clue tokens. I think it's fantastic. Arcade Post, of course. And one of my favorite things I picked up is the Ring token. So this is very useful. The idea is that you have a ring bearer. Let's see if I can find a creature here. That's not going to be, all right, cool. Here we go. You have your ring bearer here, like Urza Lord High Artificer, and he's your ring bearer, so you'll just throw the ring on top of him, and bam, now you know who your ring bearer is, and still can read your Urza text and all that. It's very nice, very clever way to come up with the ring bearer solution. Really big fan of it. All right, what else can we get into now? Let's show you just some more randomer merch that I picked up. So, random's like relative. We got these Haruruya sleeves. I keep hearing good things about them. I've never found them in the States until today. There was actually a Haruruya vendor there specifically. I picked up a couple of packs of them. Probably should have picked up more because even if they're not fantastic sleeves, which I'm sure they are fantastic sleeves, I've heard nothing but good things, they were selling them for like $2.50, $3 a piece or something for these 50 packs. So probably should have picked up more, but I am trying to sleeve all my sleeves in the same color anyway, so I thought these would mostly be novelty, and they look really nice. I just don't have a big use for them. I'll keep them on the shelf. Here we go. Some more random merch. MagicCon, Gathering Ever After special guest. So it's a band poster for MagicCon. Yeah, it's a really nice poster. Feels like, you know, Las Vegas, has the dates on it. Yeah, really makes you, you know, feel like you're going to Lollapalooza or, you know, any of those big summer concert fest type things. It's really nice looking. Also, since I'm here, I'm just on the mat, talk about these tubes. I'll show you the mats in these in a minute. I picked up a few of these tubes, one to get my poster back safely, and the other for a couple of mats that I'm going to show off momentarily. But yeah, these are fantastic. They were like $5 a piece, which is really a decent price for some of these tubes, and they're very compact. If you're not running some of those extra thick play mats or double stitched or extra wide, these are great. But yeah, let's actually get into some of these play mats since they're here. Actually, there's one more piece of merch I want to talk about first. Bridget Roca. I got so many things. Her art is absolutely stunning. I got this sticker from her, and I have a print that I got from her too. It's just my friend has it currently, which kind of blows. I wanted to get this video out in a relatively timely manner, so I didn't have time to grab it for him. We were both flying back basically the same time. But yeah, this sticker is absolutely stunning. I don't even want to stick it on anything yet because I don't want the commitment, you know? It's just far too nice. I also got a print from her, which I'll hopefully put an image up of like right here. And I believe I also got a token from her, but my buddy has it. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what it was, but absolutely some stunning, gorgeous art. I went to her stand like 8 times. I just kept looking at things. Absolutely stunning. Her and her boyfriend, husband, I'm not sure what the relationship was, but they were just the nicest folks. And I wish I could remember the name of her husband, boyfriend, but if you're watching, you guys were so awesome, and I loved talking to you guys, and I can't wait to do it at the next con. All right, so let's get into these mats. So here's a mat I already had, but I had a little addition made to it. Here's my favorite play mat. Was my favorite play mat. I don't know anymore. I got so many now. It's Drana, Colostria Bloodstreaf, and I had a signature added onto it. Finally, I've always wanted to get this one signed, and to go along with that, I also got the card signed, which I will show you soon. So this is the playmat. This is going to be my new daily playmat, Mimeoplasm playmat, also signed by Barge right up here. Absolutely stunning work. And probably the one that most people would be most excited about, I got a Liliana of the Veil. Oh, another poster rolling here. Liliana of the Veil signed playmat by Steve Argyle with this gorgeous foil signature. Man, I just hope that stays. It's foil, so I was nervous about that the whole time. I've played not one single game on this yet because I'm just scared to damage it. But yeah, I finally got a playmat of it. This has been one of my favorite cards of all time since I was a little kid. Quick story, let's leave her down there. Quick story, when I got my first Liliana of the Veil, I was barely getting into Magic because that was like original Innistrad. And a buddy of mine said, this card's fine, nothing special. Would you like to trade for these Yu-Gi-Oh cards he had? It was like $20 in Yu-Gi-Oh cards, if even. And I said, sure, why not? Internet wasn't super prevalent there, and I definitely didn't have internet on my phone. So I just made the trade, and I have regretted that ever since. If I ever see that guy again, I'm going to have some words. But yeah, Liliana of the Veil, one of my favorite cards. And I finally got a playmat of her, signed not once, but twice. Gorgeous. I'm probably just going to frame this, unfortunately. I want to play with it, but man, I just do not want to ruin the perfection that is this art. Alright, so now for the part that probably at least some of you have been waiting for. We're going to look at some signed cards. I got quite a few of them done here, and we'll start with the ones that you pretty much already know about because I mentioned them already. Not one, but two Liliana of the Veils, signed by Steve Argyle. And I've actually been trying to get this done for like 4 years. I just keep missing him every time I go to a convention or an event and he's at. Either I don't have the cards, I've loaned the cards to somebody, or I didn't know he was at the event, and then we just never get to never get them signed. So I'm finally glad I finally got this done. Again, I told you this was my favorite card. I got it stolen from as a kid. Now we have two, and they go right into my Pioneer deck. Alright, then we have another card I've already told you about. Drawn on Clash Your Blood Chief. I got that one signed by Mike Wyrick. It's also got that gold signature on it. Really dig it. I'll be a little quicker about these moving forward, but these are just the cards that are not indexed currently, or the decks are taken apart for the moment, so I don't have them. I've got Rafine's Informant, signed by John Stanko. Man, I've been trying to get this. Another one I've tried to get. I actually went all the way to Command Fest Orlando to basically almost entirely to get him to sign these. And I did not get the opportunity to do it at the time, which really blew. I'm glad I finally have the opportunity to meet up with them and get some signed. I didn't actually bring these with me even. I had to go find them at vendors to get them signed. It was kind of a whole thing, but I absolutely wanted to this time get them signed for my Pioneer deck. Yeah. Same thing with the, not playset, but the playset that I run in my deck of Vessel of Nascency, signed by Kieran Yanner. Super nice guy, man. Really enjoyed talking with him when we were at the event. He just gave off this energy of just like powerfulness. Really loved it. Gorgeous art, obviously. He actually asked him to pick the color of the signature, and he picked green. He said it would stand out the best, and I absolutely agree. Like, it's a green card, but this green probably pops with the rest of it. A Sword of War and Peace by Chris Rand. I got that one signed while I was waiting to get some other stuff signed, which you'll see in those decks back there in a minute. Love this card. I didn't actually realize I had it on me, so I was really glad that I checked my stuff one more time while I was standing in line. That line, by the way, took like 2 hours. It was a very long experience to get this card signed, and I was not mentally prepared when I got in that line. Super worth it though. And here's a card I didn't get signed. I just don't know where else I want to show it off because it doesn't go in the other cards I'm going to show off, but it does feel like it goes here. Maybe. So here's a Sword of Feast and Famine, also signed by Chris Rand. The difference is, unlike you see his signature here, I can't verify that. I didn't want to get back in the 2 hour line to ask him. I actually bought this off a vendor, and it was $12 off, so I have a feeling that signature might be fake, but I can't really tell for sure. But I got a $20 Sword of Feast and Famine, and it's not in English. I'm not going to pretend I do know which language this is because I'm not a language expert. Okay, I am going to guess, and you can crucify me in the comments if I'm wrong. It looks like Chinese. I'm not sure. I'm so sorry. Anyway, all right, so those are the cards that aren't in decks that I wanted to show off. Now we'll get into some cards that are in decks. We'll start off with the newest Commander deck that I'm making, and that's going to be this Agatha deck. So I've got her pin, and then I've got her signed by the artist. I actually pulled this at the convention. I was gonna go buy one the same day or the next day, but I was at my hotel and they gave us a couple packs or something we were doing, so I just opened them and bam, there she was. Super excited. I really wanted to get this one signed and was having trouble finding it at the vendors. Looked a couple days, but we got her, boys. So let's look at my Pioneer deck, where I've got 4 cards signed, and they are all the same cards. So this is the cards I got signed for Boros Convoke that are already in the deck because I put them back together. It's my playset of Sacred Foundries because Sam Burley was there, and being the awesome dude he was, he signed all 4 of these for me. I do wish as soon as he did it, I thought about it. I wish I got these shadows signed, but it is what it is. I think these are gorgeous, and this is absolutely my favorite land, or at least shock land. So I was really happy to finally get these signed by him. He does some of the best art in the game. Alright, getting into my modern deck now. I've got my playset of signed Esper Sentinels. So, funny thing about these, first of all, Eric Deschamps, fantastic artist, love this. Second thing is, I actually went in with 3 Esper Sentinels and 1 foil Esper Sentinel, and the guy I was standing in front of in line, who I actually ended up hanging out with for a good bit of the convention, was a super nice guy. I'm not going to blow him up here because I don't know if he wants to be. Yeah, he had a foil one. He was like, or he had a non-foil. I was like, I wish I had a foil one. And I was like, I wish I had a non-foil. And they were like, did we just become best friends? And he was like, yup. And bam, now I have 4 non-foil Esper Sentinels for my modern deck. I'm super happy and super thankful for that man standing in line in front of me. And I hope I get to see him next year at DragonCon. If you check this video out, which I'm going to text it to you or send it to you, enjoy, man. I really appreciate you, and I hope you have a great rest of your year until I see you again. Alright, next up is my Mimeoplasm deck, and I got 4 cards fine for it. Well, technically 5, but we'll show you the Mimeoplasm at the end. So, we got a Soul Ring signed by Mike Byrick. Gorgeous, gorgeous signature. Is the classic Soul Ring art you know and love, and I figured I should get at least 1 signed. I really wish I got more of them signed, but I have different Soul Rings in most of my decks, so it was, didn't want to just go downstairs and buy more just to get them signed. Felt disingenuous, right? I've got an Avatar of Woe. Man, this is the gorgeous signature wraps right around the set symbol there. I think this is from the premium deck series. Oh god, Graveborn, Graveyard. But the Avatar of Woe is great. It's actually crazy. I did not remember I had this card to get signed by RK Post. When I walked up to RK Post, I was just looking at his tokens and I saw he had an Avatar of Woe image up there. I was like, oh yeah, I have that card. I should get that signed. And I ran through my bag and found it. And I was super happy about it because the signature is gorgeous. I actually kind of smudged it just very slightly. I don't know if you can see that. If I can get it to focus. Yeah, you can see I kind of accidentally smudged it very, very slightly. Nothing major. You wouldn't tell unless I should. You would not tell in real life unless I told you about it, but it still looks fantastic. And then we have Rexel, the Risen Reap, again by Eric Deschamps. It's got that gold foil signature on it, and looks really clean. This is actually my original one that I've had for a very long time, and I was very happy to get this one signed. It's very beat up, as you can see. I had it when I was very, very young. Let's see if we can focus that in. Yeah, you can see it's just beat as hell, but I love it. All right, so that's all I got signed from a Mimeoplasm deck, except obviously the Commander. I got them signed by Wizards of the Barge. Super cool guy. I also got the Playmax. I really like it. You can see, maybe if I can get to focus in, you'll be able to see the gold signature. Oh man, it's so good though. I'm really glad to get the Mimeoplasm signed. But I know what you're thinking. Hey, this card looks a little thick. Well, it is, because I got my other Mimeoplasm signed by Mark Tedin. Shadow signature on this side, regular signature on that side. It felt matching since I didn't get the foiling on that one. Very good, just gorgeous though. Love my Mimeoplasms deck. Actually won me the most games this weekend with the Mimeoplasm deck. So next we have another Pioneer deck. So this one has some really interesting signage to it, and quite a bit. So I can jump right into this one. We'll start with this Shield with the Apocalypse, which might be in the thumbnail. I don't know. I don't know if I want to spoil that, but yes, I got my Chris Rand signed Shields with the Apocalypse. It is a sideboard card in my Pioneer deck, so I was like, why not get it signed? You know, I sign it in regularly. I see it all the time. Be really cool. Oh, and in case you're curious what deck this is, we'll get into these signatures next. It is 8 Flare. I got my Soul Flare and Urborg Scavenges signed by Saffron Olive, who I got the idea from. I was really excited when I ran into him outside. I was like, hey, aren't you Saffron Olive? He's like, yeah. I know he's Seth. I think he reversed his catchphrase, and I thought that was really cute. Yeah, I got those signed by him, and then now every time I play this deck and I lose, I can be like, you know, it's Saffron Olive's fault. And that was great. I got this Zatulpa. Primal Dawn signed by Chris Rellis. Again, this is for 8 Flares, so you know, be nice if I can mill the Zatulpa out, or get Thoughtseize the Zatulpa out myself, and then with my we'll get into that. Thoughtseize myself out with the Zatulpa, and then eat it with my signed Soul Flare. That's the dream, you know. People like it's the dream to get the Zatulpa and the Hexproof creature in the graveyard, eat them at the same time. No, the dream is to do that, but them all signed by the people who either drew them or made the deck a thing. But yeah, we also have my playset of signed Thoughtseizes by Lucas Graciano. Man, these are gorgeous. Kind of hiding some of the signatures here, but it's a little stand. All right, so next we have what I assume to be, yes, it's a Negan. So we got a couple cards signed for the Negan deck. Fable of the Mirror Breaker, signed on both sides, actually. Well, you can't see it with their sleeve, but I actually got it signed on both sides. And it was super duper cool. He asked me, he's like, you want it signed both sides? I was like, I didn't even think about that. I forgot it's a double-sided card. Yeah, of course I want it signed on both sides. It's fantastic. I got my Mark Poole and Post Malone signed card. Now, only one of these signatures is for sure Post Malone or Mark Poole, but I think you can tell which one. Then we got my Eric the Champs Revel in Riches, my win condition for Negan. I finally got that signed, and that was really nice. My Kyrian Yanner Cabal Ritual, got that signed. Oh man, focus camera. Up, there you go. Gorgeous on that From the Vault foiling with that shadow signature. It just really pops, in my opinion. And then my Thomas Baxis signed Krivnod Carnage Dominus. Just a little signature. I asked him to pick whatever he wanted as a signature on here, and he picked the Gold Shadow. And because he says he thinks it would pop the best, and I absolutely agree. That purple really pops off. Really accentuates that gold and shadow. It just looks fantastic to me. It would look fantastic to you too if my camera would just autofocus. Maybe one year, you know? Alright, so now we're getting to, so those are the artists signing things. Now we're getting some of the YouTubers who got things signed from. And we'll start with this. My Joey from EDH Rec signed Sundown Pass. Now he didn't write Joey from EDH Rec up there. I did, because his signature is very hard to parse. Sorry, Joey. I mean, I love it, and I'm glad it's here, but you know, man, that is a hard to parse signature. But thank you for doing that for me. It really meant a lot, and your videos mean a lot. Then we got my Craig Blanchett signed Soul Ring. You can see he's got the little Phyrexian symbol up there. A Command Tower signed by Josh Lee Kwai. Maybe you can see it. Yeah, they're all the Warhammer ones, or a couple of the Warhammer pieces. A, because I had a lot of them, and B, because I didn't know what card to really give them. They play so many different decks. I know Josh is into Draw Power, Craig's into Infect, but and Jimmy's into Red, but like I didn't have any good cards from the sign, so I thought, you know, something I could throw any deck to. Maybe I'll figure it out later. We've got my Talisman of Hierarchy, signed by Jimmy. Super cool. And the only reason I was able to figure out the difference between Jimmy and Josh's signature is because I had a Craig actually, you know, see the little Phyrexian symbol there, and it's kind of easy to read Craig there. But their signatures are kind of hard to read. I just recognized this one because I've had something signed by Josh Lee Kwai before. And it was nice. I can remember that, and I can parse through it now. But yeah, that's everything for my Negan deck. And now we got one more deck to look through of things I got things signed for. And yeah, this is my favorite Commander deck. I don't know if you can tell, I have a lot of Commander decks at this point, and very few other decks. Not because I dislike the other formats, just because I have not been playing them very much, unfortunately. But yeah, this is my Tatiovic Bendik Druid, Tatiovic Bendik Cake Commander deck. Let's use some of the Unfinity stickers. Throw them on there. Same power toughness, so it's not cheating or anything. And nobody in my playgroup plays with stickers. I don't think I got that many cards signed for Tatiova, but I'm just quickly flipping through to make sure I'm not forgetting any. The problem is I didn't get a lot of time for Tatiova. There weren't a lot of her artists there for her deck. And I already have a lot of cards signed for Tatiova, so that I kind of solved that. But I did get 2 cards signed by her, so signed for her. Oh, in case you were curious what this signature was, that's the Professor. It's the only merfolk I had on me when I met him, and I figured why not, you know? I do love him. Alright, so we got 2 cards signed. I got a Misty Rainforest, like I mentioned earlier, Sam Burley. Fantastic artist, and I think this is one of the best looking cards in the game. Don't hold me to that. It's definitely up there, right? That framing is just so good. I got this. I asked him to do a status signature, tell him to pick the colors he thinks look best. He hit me with this black and this blue shadow, and I think he was absolutely right. The blue is very close to that border around the card that is already there. Oh, I kind of spoiled the next card, but yeah, man, that's super nice looking, right? And then, yeah, I spoiled it already. Here is my Craterhoof Behemoth, but this isn't just any old Craterhoof Behemoth. It's actually an artist-proof Craterhoof Behemoth. Yeah, so Chris Rand just, like, I saw a guy in front of me buy one of these, or behind me, actually. He was like, hey, can I see your artist proofs? And he, like, pointed out a Craterhoof Behemoth. He's like, do you have any of those? And Chris's, I believe it's his wife, the person working with Chris, I don't want to assume anything, said, yeah, for sure, we got them. And then pulls out a crate and was like, hey, well, how many heals you got? And like, we had a few left. I'm like, let me get one. I don't care. Didn't even look at didn't think about the money. Didn't think about nothing. Artist proof, signed. And again, that reverse, that gold with that green shadow on it, signed Craterhoof Behemoth. I was absolutely snatching that up. I didn't care what it cost. And I'm super happy I did. I love Craterhoof Behemoth. I needed one for Tatiova. I've been avoiding buying it, because I knew it one day I would be able to find an artist proof of it, and I regret spending the $40 I'd spent on the non-artist proof version. So I'm glad I waited, because here it is in all its glory. It is gorgeous, and I love it. That does appear to be all the cards I got signed. I'm not going to go through showing you a bunch of like individual cards that I bought, like 1s or 2s. I'm just going to show you some interesting, notable ones. So for playing in the MagicCon, you got a Lotus Petal. Me and my girlfriend both got one, so she just gave it to me. So it's really nice of her, you know. They are foil. They're the etched foil. Oh god, one of them fell. They're etched foil. I think they look really, really nice. I'll probably keep one of those, and you can see on the bottom of them. Hopefully you'll be able to read that. It says 30th birthday, drawn by April Lee. It's absolutely stunning. You know, 3 decades since blooming, it remains a thing of beauty. Like, yeah, it does. Love Magic the Gathering, man. So in my unknown event, and if you don't know what that is, it's Gavin Verhey's event that he puts on for MagicCons. He has some special stipulations or special cards that you'll use or whatever, and also alongside some packs. And in my packs, I pulled a Urza, and this helped me go a resounding 0-3 in that event. I did not use many of the other cards I should have, and I'll be showing you those cards momentarily. That was on me. But yeah, I'm not going to show you a bunch of just like cards, because there's no real big points in that. I'm sure you've seen cards before. There's nothing special about them. Why show them off, right? So let's show you some cards. There are some special things about it, huh? So I've got some cards. These may not look familiar to you. For some of you, they're going to look very familiar. These are playtest cards, and I got these. This is my pool of playtest cards from the Unknown event. You see there are Confidential, Spell Commander, Create 2. Super cool idea. They actually, apparently the store was, and my buddy was actually part of this, they pulled a bunch of guest attendees into a room, and Gavin Verhey asked for some suggestions, and they made the cards on the spot, and they printed stickers out and stuck them over real cards. So one of these cards behind her could be far more valuable than these playtest cards, and I'll never know, because I refused to pull the stickers off, and I'm sure it would ruin the card anyway. So I'm not saying too much about these. I'm just kind of letting you read through them and look at them, hopefully leaving them on screen long enough that you're really getting a chance to read them. I'll zoom in slightly. Maybe that helps. Maybe if I center it, I don't know. But yeah, these are super cool. This was my pool of playtest cards for the Unknown event, and I did not do well. I did not use many of them. I pulled the Urza, and I pulled a bunch of artifacts, and I'm like, oh yeah, for sure, I could just make an Urza deck. I've never had an Urza deck before, but I know how it works, and I did. It's just that Urza is not strong enough to go against some of these cards. So that was unfortunate, but you know, a learning lesson. When you get wacky cards, play wacky cards. They had some really cool effects, like this one had horsemanship. Commanders you control have horsemanship. It's also a partner, so you could partner it with you know, a commander with a partner mechanic, or if you were playing a monocolored commander, you could also make it partner so that it, you know, had two, so you had two colors to work with, because it was a commander sealed kind of thing, and I really like it. I really wish we could do more stuff like that, but you'd have to have more playtest cards, and we're not gonna have that. This one was one of my favorites. Then Dreadmaw's ate everybody. Create X 6/6 green creature tokens with trample named Colossal Dreadmaw. I think it's hilarious because of the Dreadmaw meme in the Magic community. Again, like I said, I'm not going to read through all of these. There are a lot, and I'm hopefully leaving them on screen long enough that you can just pause and check them out. But super fun event, man. The Unknown event with Gavin Berry. I wish I had done both of them. I didn't know what I was getting into on Saturday, and by the time I realized it, I, you know, couldn't sign up anymore. It was sold out. So, yeah, super cool stuff. This was all the cards you've seen in green or sleeved in green, or the cards I actually used in my deck. And I probably should have used more of them. My buddy made a 5-color deck, and it just cleaned house, which I didn't think was possible in a sealed, thing. But yeah, he showed me how wrong I was. Yeah, we got some pretty cool number. Almost out of them now. I have 2 more. Some of my favorites of the set, because I never thought I'd own one of these, but here's a Lotus that I own. It's a trampled Lotus. Tap, sacrifice Trampled Lotus, tap up to 3 lands your opponent's control for mana. This ability has Splitter Second. It can't be responded to, but like anything. And this card is great. I never pulled it, not in any of my games. I never even saw this card, and it was absolutely in my deck. Because every time I'm like, did I put the wrong card in the deck? And I'd flip through the deck after the game. This card just like is there. It just would not show up for me, which which is unfortunate. I would love to see what tapping 3 of my opponent's lands for mana would feel like, you know. Splitter Second. It's pretty great. And finally, the card you got for participating. It's the Magic Playtester. It's a legendary creature, human gamer. It's 1 and a white. Tap, choose target playtest card. Increase or decrease the number on it of a increase or decrease a number of your choice on it by for as long as you own. As long as it remains on the stack or on the battlefield. Wooburg, reveal the top 8 cards of your library. Put a playtest card from among them into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. Prize card for the Unknown events at MagicCon Las Vegas, September 23rd to 24th, 2023. Confidential 910, 2023, DA1, MW02. It is 1 power, 3 toughness, and a little magic symbol up there, and human gamer. I am absolutely going to make a commander deck about this, using one of the playtest cards I have, and maybe getting some from some friends, and I'll probably throw up on the channel at some point. So if you're interested in that, definitely hit subscribe. But this is one of my favorite things of all time that I own. Man, it was super cool. I could not tell you the amount of pride and joy that I felt by being part of something like MagicCon Las Vegas. It just felt like being part of a community of people who get me, you know? And I cannot wait to go back next year. So if you see this video and you want to hang out next year and you see me, just come do it, bro. I would love to catch a game with you, whether it's Pioneer, Commander, Modern. I'll have it all on me, and we'll definitely do that. But that's really about it. That's about all the cool stuff I wanted to show off to you. Yeah. Oh, there is one more thing. Now you probably saw these in the thumbnail, but these are my new +1/+1 counters, brought to you by IHOP. They are, oh god, one fell on the ground. Yeah, they're like little pancakes on one side and +1/+1 counters on the other, and these are great. They're about quarter size. They double the thickness of a quarter. But they are so good. They cannot stack. They can kind of spin on top of one another, which is nice. Well, that took longer than I thought it was going to take to edit. I've been working on this one for like 3 days. I've been back for 6 in total now, because MagicCon was last weekend at this point. Or last Saturday was, you know, halfway through it. So hopefully this is still timely enough that people care enough to watch it. I've just been kind of busy, but I wanted to get it out as soon as I could. And I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions about anything about the con or any of the items in particular, I'm not really selling them, but if you're curious about more about them or the process I did to get them signed or procured, go ahead and hit me up in the comments. And also, if you're interested in like listening to like a Magic the Gathering vlog type thing where I just tell you about the con and tell you about things that happened there, I'd be more than happy to do that too. But otherwise, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you sitting all the way through what I think is going to be like a 45-minute video, and hopefully you really enjoyed. I'm Tony of the Kaladesh Express, and I hope you have a great day.